Archangel Michael says sometimes the most meaningful messages reach us during ordinary moments, quietly appearing when we least expect them. Life often places signs, realizations, and opportunities in front of us, yet we are usually so focused on our routines that we almost miss them. There are times when a simple message, a conversation, or a moment of reflection helps us see our path more clearly than before. These moments are not accidents. They are reminders to pause, observe our lives carefully, and become aware of things that may have been hidden by distraction or uncertainty. Archangel Michael says there are situations in life where truth slowly comes into focus. Information that was once unclear begins to reveal itself through experience, observation, and reflection. Just like a puzzle that becomes easier to understand when more pieces are placed together, life sometimes reveals important details step by step. When those pieces finally begin to connect, people often realize that the clues were present all along, waiting for the right moment to be understood. You may have had times when you sensed that something in your life deserved closer attention. Perhaps a situation made you curious, or perhaps a thought remained in your mind longer than usual. These small signals often encourage people to look deeper into their surroundings and into the decisions they make every day. Awareness is powerful because when you become more attentive, you begin to notice patterns and opportunities that once seemed invisible. Archangel Michael says clarity about the future does not always arrive through dramatic events. Often it appears through understanding. When people take time to reflect on their experiences, they start to recognize the lessons that life has been teaching them. Those lessons become guidance for the decisions they make moving forward. The more aware you become of your own journey, the easier it is to choose paths that align with your goals and values. Think about the many situations you have already navigated in your life. Each experience, whether positive or challenging, has contributed to your personal growth. The way you respond to situations, the wisdom you gain from mistakes, and the patience you develop through time all shape the direction of your future. Nothing you have experienced has been meaningless. Every moment has added something valuable to your understanding of life. Archangel Michael says sometimes new insight arrives through information that changes the way you see things. A conversation might reveal a perspective you had not considered before. A piece of advice might help you recognize an opportunity you once overlooked. These moments of discovery can feel surprising because they bring clarity where there was once uncertainty. You may soon notice that something in your life begins to make more sense. It could relate to your goals, your relationships, or the direction you want to take moving forward. Often when understanding arrives, people feel a sense of calm because they finally see how different parts of their journey connect together. Archangel Michael says awareness is the first step toward meaningful change. When you become aware of the possibilities around you, you gain the ability to make decisions with greater confidence. Instead of feeling uncertain about the future, you begin to see that your path is shaped by the choices you make and the mindset you maintain. Your future is not defined by a single moment but by the way you continue learning and growing through life. Every insight you gain, every realization you experience, and every positive step you take moves you closer to the direction you truly want to follow. Archangel Michael says remain open to understanding and continue observing the experiences that unfold in your life. Sometimes the most powerful discoveries appear quietly, guiding you toward opportunities and perspectives that can influence your future in meaningful ways. Archangel Michael says, as you continue hearing this message, understand that many turning points in life begin with awareness. People often believe that change happens suddenly through a single event, but the truth is that most meaningful transformations begin quietly through understanding and reflection. There are moments when information, experience, and observation come together to help someone see their life from a clearer perspective. These moments can feel powerful because they reveal things that were once hidden behind routine and distraction. When clarity appears, it often encourages a person to rethink their direction and become more intentional about the choices they make. Archangel Michael says life constantly provides signals that encourage people to pay closer attention to their surroundings. Sometimes those signals come through conversations, sometimes through personal experiences, and sometimes through a simple realization that appears during a quiet moment of thought. Many people overlook these signals because they are focused on immediate responsibilities, yet those moments of awareness can hold valuable insights about the future. When you allow yourself to pause and reflect, you begin to notice patterns in your life that help you understand what truly matters to you. Think about how often people discover important truths only after they step back and look at their lives from a broader perspective. When you are deeply involved in daily routines, it can be difficult to recognize the direction your life is moving toward. But when you take time to observe your experiences more carefully, you begin to see connections between events, decisions, and opportunities. This broader perspective allows you to recognize lessons that may have been shaping your journey all along. Archangel Michael says awareness also helps people recognize their own strengths. Every challenge you have faced has required patience, resilience, and determination. Even the difficult moments have contributed to your growth by teaching you how to adapt and move forward. When you reflect on those experiences, you begin to see that they were not simply obstacles but opportunities to develop wisdom and confidence. There may be situations in your life right now that deserve your attention. Sometimes people sense that something important is unfolding, even if they cannot immediately explain why. These feelings often arise when your mind begins to process information and experiences at a deeper level. When you listen to those feelings with curiosity rather than doubt, you create the opportunity to discover insights that guide your future decisions. Archangel Michael says the idea that something important is coming to light often means that understanding is beginning to form. Information that once felt unclear may soon become easier to interpret. Situations that once seemed confusing may start to make sense when viewed from a new perspective. This process of discovery is part of how people grow and move forward in life. Your ability to observe and reflect plays a powerful role in shaping your path. When you remain attentive to the lessons that life presents, you become better equipped to make decisions that align with your goals and values. Awareness allows you to recognize opportunities that might otherwise pass unnoticed. Archangel Michael says every person's journey contains moments where clarity appears unexpectedly. These moments often inspire people to think more deeply about the future they want to create. Instead of simply reacting to circumstances, they begin to approach life with greater intention and understanding. As you continue moving forward, remember that knowledge and awareness are powerful tools. The more open you are to learning from your experiences, the more clearly you will see the direction that aligns with your purpose and aspirations. Each insight you gain becomes part of the wisdom that guides your choices. Archangel Michael says remain patient with the process of discovery. Important realizations do not always appear instantly, but when they arrive they can provide the guidance needed to move forward with confidence. By staying attentive and reflective, you allow yourself to recognize the moments when understanding begins to shape your path. Archangel Michael says as this message continues, remember that the future is rarely shaped by sudden events alone. Instead, it develops through the awareness and understanding that people gain as they move through life. Every experience you have had, every challenge you have faced, and every lesson you have learned has been slowly building the perspective you carry today. When people begin to reflect deeply on their journey, they often realize that many clues about their direction were present long before they recognized them. Life has a quiet way of guiding individuals toward understanding, often through moments of reflection that appear when they are ready to see things more clearly. Archangel Michael says there are times when people sense that something meaningful is unfolding around them. It might begin with a simple thought that returns to their mind repeatedly, or with a feeling that encourages them to pay closer attention to their surroundings. These moments are important because they invite you to pause and consider the bigger picture of your life. Instead of focusing only on daily routines, you begin to examine your experiences from a wider perspective. This shift in awareness can reveal insights that help you understand your path in a deeper way. Think about how often important discoveries come from paying attention to details that were previously overlooked. A conversation may suddenly take on new meaning when you reflect on it later. A situation that once felt confusing may become clearer after you take time to analyze it calmly. These moments of realization are powerful because they show how awareness can transform the way you interpret your experiences. Archangel Michael says the process of understanding your future begins with recognizing the patterns within your life. Patterns appear through repeated experiences, decisions, and lessons that gradually shape your direction. When you observe these patterns carefully, you start to see how your past choices have influenced the present moment. This awareness allows you to make more thoughtful decisions moving forward. You may have already noticed certain lessons appearing again and again throughout your life. Sometimes life repeats situations not to create difficulty but to offer opportunities for growth. Each repeated experience provides another chance to respond with greater wisdom and understanding. Over time, these lessons strengthen your ability to handle challenges and make choices that align with your true goals. Archangel Michael says awareness is one of the most valuable qualities a person can develop. When you are aware of your thoughts, your surroundings, and your experiences, you gain the ability to see possibilities that might otherwise remain hidden. Awareness encourages curiosity and reflection, both of which are essential for personal growth. There may be moments when new information or insight changes the way you see your future. When this happens, people often feel a sense of clarity that helps them move forward with greater confidence. What once seemed uncertain begins to feel more understandable because the pieces of the situation begin to fit together. Archangel Michael says it is important to approach these moments with patience and openness. Not every realization will appear immediately, but when you allow yourself time to reflect calmly, understanding often arrives naturally. The process of discovery can be gradual, yet each step brings you closer to recognizing the opportunities that exist within your life. Your journey is shaped by both the decisions you make and the awareness you develop along the way. When you remain attentive to the lessons life offers, you create the ability to navigate your future with clarity and purpose. Instead of feeling uncertain about what lies ahead, you begin to see that each experience contributes to your growth and understanding. Archangel Michael says the message reaching you now is a reminder to remain aware of the insights that appear in your life. Sometimes a single moment of understanding can inspire new ideas, new goals, or a new perspective on the direction you want to take. By remaining open to learning from your experiences, you allow these insights to guide you toward meaningful progress. Archangel Michael says as you continue reflecting on this message, remember that many of the most important realizations in life arrive quietly. They do not always appear through dramatic events or sudden announcements. Instead, they develop slowly as people begin to understand their experiences more clearly. When you take time to observe your journey with patience, you begin to see that many of the answers you were searching for have been forming through the lessons you have already lived. Life often reveals meaning step by step, allowing each new insight to guide you toward a deeper understanding of your path. Archangel Michael says there are moments when people begin to recognize that their perspective is changing. Situations that once seemed confusing may start to make sense when viewed with greater awareness. Conversations that once felt ordinary may later reveal important insights when you think about them again. These moments of realization are powerful because they show how awareness can transform the way you interpret the events in your life. Instead of seeing your experiences as isolated moments, you begin to understand how they connect together as part of your personal journey. Think about how many times in your life you discovered something important only after taking a step back and reflecting on the situation. When you allow yourself time to think calmly, your mind becomes more open to recognizing details that may have been overlooked before. This process of reflection often leads to a clearer understanding of both your past experiences and your future possibilities. Archangel Michael says awareness grows stronger when you remain curious about your own journey. Curiosity encourages you to explore ideas, ask questions, and look at situations from different perspectives. When you approach life with curiosity rather than fear or doubt, you create the opportunity to learn from every experience. This mindset helps you recognize valuable insights that can guide your decisions and inspire your goals. You may notice that certain thoughts or ideas continue appearing in your mind. Sometimes these recurring thoughts are invitations to explore a deeper understanding of your direction. They may encourage you to reconsider a decision, pursue a new interest, or focus your energy on something that aligns more closely with your values. When you pay attention to these thoughts, you often discover that they are guiding you toward greater clarity. Archangel Michael says the journey toward understanding is not about rushing to find answers. Instead, it is about allowing insight to develop naturally through observation and reflection. When you remain patient with this process, the pieces of your life begin to connect in ways that reveal meaningful direction. Each lesson you have learned becomes a part of the wisdom that shapes your future choices. Another important aspect of awareness is recognizing the role that other people play in your journey. Conversations with friends, family members, and mentors can sometimes reveal perspectives that help you see your situation differently. When you listen openly and consider the insights others share, you expand your understanding of the possibilities around you. Archangel Michael says your future is shaped not only by circumstances but also by the awareness you develop along the way. When you remain attentive to the lessons life offers, you gain the ability to make thoughtful decisions that align with your goals. Instead of feeling uncertain about the path ahead, you begin to see how your experiences are guiding you toward opportunities that match your growth. There may soon be moments when the meaning of certain experiences becomes clearer than before. When this happens, people often feel a sense of calm because they recognize how the events of their lives fit together. Understanding brings confidence, and confidence encourages people to move forward with purpose. Archangel Michael says continue observing your life with patience and openness. Each experience you encounter has the potential to teach something valuable about who you are and where you are going. When you remain aware of these lessons, you allow them to guide your decisions and inspire your goals. Your journey is still unfolding, and each moment of reflection adds to the clarity you are gaining. By staying attentive to the insights that appear along the way, you create a path that is shaped by wisdom, understanding, and personal growth. If this message resonates with you, comment, "I welcome clarity and wisdom into my life." Like this video if you believe awareness can reveal meaningful insights about the future, and subscribe if you want to continue hearing messages that inspire reflection, understanding, and personal growth.